tragedies with moral wrongdoing. So therefore, you find that Lear knowingly makes a mistake. Othello, or any other Shakespeare tragedy. Macbeth, for instance, is a glaring example. So these are all Hadikema tragedies. That's why this is my advice to the students. When you write the answer, say, write a short essay. Write a short essay on Aristotle's Hamartia and all that. Don't say that this is something that we find in Shakespeare's Hamlet, Macbeth, Lear, etc. Never say that. Because these are not to be, not at all to be classified under the classical category. They are not at all to be classified under the classical category because they are different, absolutely different. So that's why Hadikema tragedies are very, very much there in the Elizabethan, in the Jacobean period. You can see lots of them, where the characters are, particularly aware of the moral wrong that they are doing. And then also, I also refer to the Hatuchema tragedies. What is this? Tragedy wrong done through chance or accident. The best example is Romeo and Juliet. If you look at the ending of Romeo and Juliet, what happens there? That's why it's never called a tragedy. It's a pathetic play. It's a pathetic romance and nothing else. It's never considered to be a good tragedy. Although to the young minds it becomes very appealing. But if you consider genre, then it's not at all a good tragedy. Why not? Because it's all a matter of chance. Just consider at the end of the play, how it all happens. The entire mechanism is fabricated and there is no direct and logical progression of events, and suddenly it actually comes to take place. People die. And that's why Romeo and Juliet and many such other plays are nothing but wrongdoing through chance, accident, etc. Hatuchema tragedies. And the best one, as Aristotle recommends, is Hamartia, which we find in Sophocles and King Oedipus. Now, where is this Hamartia? In Sophocles' King Oedipus. It is inadequacy of knowledge. Where should we locate this Hamartia in the play? Let me remind you, playটা যদি ভালো করে পড়া যায় তাহলে একটা জায়গা আছে। Oedipus is actually very, very much eager to bring the shepherd to know about himself. And the queen, Jocasta, says that you should not do this. Enough is enough. I don't want to know anymore. So let us stop here. That is what she says. Because she is intelligent enough to come to terms with truth. She has already understood the truth. She has already understood the situation that it will lead up to. So that's why she stops. She wants Oedipus to stop somewhere. Then Oedipus says, look, she doesn't want that I should carry on the search, lest, this is very important, the Penguin edition that I read earlier, much earlier, there it was written, lest her honor should be impugned. What does that mean? তার সম্মান নিয়ে টানাটানি পড়ে যায় যদি, সেটা মানে কি? He interprets that Yocasta is a queen, belongs to the royal family, the Theban royal household. What? If it is proved, and it says that I am slave born. এটা যদি সত্যি হয় যে আমার দাসের ঘরে জন্ম. So therefore he says, look, your queen is afraid lest I be proved slave born. This is what he says. Lest I be proved slave born. যদি প্রমাণ হয় এটা, that means এটাই হচ্ছে বিখ্যাত জিনিসটা. He makes this error of judgment. And it is this inadequacy of knowledge. It is because of this inadequacy of knowledge that he makes this remark. Right? So that's why ultimately it's a question of knowledge. It's a question of knowledge. It's a question of recovery of that knowledge. That's the central contention of the entire play. Throughout the interplay, there is a strenuous attempt to recover the memory, the knowledge that's stored elsewhere. And everyone has got the knowledge, but scraps of it. So therefore, if you look at the text, you will see that Yocasta knows only one part. That there was a child born to her. That Laius was very much against that child because he got the prophecy that the child will grow up to kill him. So, kill him. Yocasta knows that he was killed. Oedipus, at the same time, knows that there was a curse when he was in Corinth, that he would kill his father and marry his mother. That's why he left Corinth. To escape the problem of the curse. And he thinks that he is safe. Because the messenger has already tries to point out at the first phase of his report that both his parents are dead. So naturally, he cries out in joy that such prophecies are useless. After this, he wants to make further inquiries. Bring that shepherd. I must know who I am. The central question of man. Who I am. So it is this idea of knowledge that everyone is afraid of. So Yocasta knows that she will not be able to bear the pressure of this knowledge. So that's why the play is not about the curse. The play is about the knowledge. Because they don't believe in the curse. Because the curse will just take you to the layer of morality, which Aristotle doesn't believe in. Aristotle stands against the idea of morality. That's why he stands against Plato. So that's why it's not so much the curse as the idea of knowledge. How much knowledge, logos, that you can possess. How much knowledge that you can control. And if you can't, then you perish. So therefore, you can see, remember the shepherd's last point of speech. Oedipus says that he will have to tell the truth. Who I am. I must know who I am. Then that shepherd says that I should not. I will not tell you. Because if I tell you, then there will be dangerous things happening around. So I'll not tell you. But Oedipus insists ultimately on pain of death that he will have to say this. So then,